Welcome back to our channel on the episode 2 of Power Comparison and Product Reviews. Today, I've got two most interesting and important productivity tools in with our first tool, and that is the Microsoft PowerToys. It's our tool and a single-handed all-in-one installer through which we can access a suite of powerful tools of more than 15 tools, amongst which one of my most favorites is Fancy Zone, the File Locksmith, the Color Picker, and even the Advanced Paste, which I'll take you through in a short period. We also have an ultra fast app launcher like macOS Spotlight, and that's the Microsoft Power Toys, which lets you remap any key on shortcut instantly. Now let's start off with the first part. First, we'll come across with Advanced Paste, a very delightful feature which you would always want to come across to. For example, if I'm having specific texts or anything, in this case I'm taking a simpler example and I'll just do Ctrl plus C, and after that I can do Win, Shift and V to do a maximal modified paste. For example, if I want to paste this file as this text as a JSON, I just put paste as JSON. So you can see that automatically the plain text gets converted into JSON. And again, if I just copy this simply and I want to do Win Shift V and put down this as a plain text back again, I can just simply type it and the plain text would be printed. In the next example, we will have the always on top feature. Once this feature is underpinned with the Windows Control and T, we can make the tool or make the specific window to be always on top, irregardless of whatever you might open. As you can see that even if we open multiple windows, this is always going to be on the top. Just we need to click Windows, Control and T. And the same goes to make it back to normal. Now the next feature is Awake. Awake is a Windows tool designed to keep your PC awake on demand without having it to manage its own power settings, which is also a great part of the tool. But let me take you to something more interesting. For example, the Fancy Zones, as I already stated, is one of my most favorite tools amongst all. So what we need to do is just click on Win Shift and the upper notch button, and with this we can open the fancy window where we can distribute the columns to be in focus mode, to be in row mode, to be in grid, priority grid and columns. So let's take of power tools. Apart from the power grid is your color picker. Color picker is such a tool in which we can just click Win Shift and C and we can pick any particular color and get the number in the form of an hex code or a regular code. Just as you can see that I'm hovering my mouse and I can check the color of the particular area in my screen. A very useful feature though. Next comes up is your host file editor, which we want to come across. The host file editor is one of those simple utility for managing the host files. Like if I open the launch host file, I can keep my addresses, I can keep my host files safe into this just by enabling it and keeping the entry information with a new entry. This is how we can keep them safe. Next up, I want to come across that is PowerToys Run. Just like our regular run window which we come across with Windows R and is a useful, also use the PowerToys Run which can only be opened with Alt and space. With PowerToys Run we can find out different things. For example, accessing the recent results, or if you want to do some calculation of mathematical equations. For example, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8, as you can see. In the similar manner, we can also search different things and file locations using the simple command of Alt and space. Now, the next one is Quick Accent. Quick Accent is an easy way to write letters with accents like on a smartphone. And in similar way, we have some other tools into it like the Registry Preview. And the Registry Preview is a quick little utility to visualize and edit complex Windows registry files. Just in case when we have our regular registry open like the regedit, we can see that it is extremely difficult to handle all of these files. So it can be simply be handled using the Windows registry tool to another tool, that is the Google Inputs tool. The Google Inputs tool makes it easy to type in your language you choose anywhere on the web and throughout any place on earth. It is really interesting because we can come across through a section of so many languages which we can write in, and also the biggest feature is that It comes down with an on-screen keyboard. So just in case I select any particular language, it's not necessary that I need to type using my regular keyboard, because the regular keyboard generally does not support all of the languages, but necessarily in our case is English. So if I write using this keyboard, it not just makes it quite easier for me to write, but it also enables us to write in multiple different languages. Next comes is the special character tool within the Google Inputs tool. It's a kind of tool in which we can draw a symbol to get and fetch it. Sometimes in our life we forget about the different symbols, or we are unable to fetch them. In that case, we can come across this utility, which is really excellent. And this is how the Google Inputs tool work. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, it definitely must be. Hope you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe and like to our channel if you like the video. More in the next episode.